Hey, what's going on everyone? It's your boy Redstone9X here. Welcome back to another mod showcase video. Now today's video, I'm going to be showcasing you guys a mod that adds in a bunch of different slimy blocks, items, weapons, and armors, and other things that you can have in your Minecraft world. Now, before I go into more detail on what those slimy items are in this mod, you know the drill. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss another video. Apart from that, guys, let us start today's video. Okay, guys, so we got a bunch of different slimy items and blocks here, and we even got some armors and also some weapons and other things that you can have in this mod. And as always, I will leave a link in the description down below so you guys can try this mod out for yourself later on. Now, let's start this video. So the mod we're checking out today is called the Slimy Stuff mod. So we got some items here. So we got slime puddle, slime bump, slime repairer, sweet slime, slime jam, caramelized slime blocks, stairs, slab, wall, pressure plate, and jug. So for the slime puddle, to make this, you just need 2 slime balls like this. And what you could do is, like, you could pretty much make, like, I would say it's like carpet-like slime, and you can kind of bounce on those, but it's not entirely as like great as like the normal slime blocks in this case, but it makes a nice decoration, you might say. And now for the slime bump. So this, you just need 4 slime balls like this to make the slime bump, and this has a way bit of bounce to it than the slime puddle does. So when you run into it, it pretty much will bounce you back, and will do the same thing to mobs too, which can make things pretty interesting. Because one thing you can do with it, for example, is if I come up here, you can make it into a pretty efficient slime cannon like this. And I've seen other people on the internet do this sort of thing too, which I think is pretty clever. So what you do is you stand in the middle, make sure the starting point of it is 2 blocks above you, and then you just jump and move forward, and you pretty much can get launched high into the air, as if you were making a normal slime cannon. But be careful, because you will still take fall damage if you are not careful, so keep that in mind. So let's put that away, and now we're on to the slime repair. So to make this, you just need a slime ball and 4 slime blocks surrounding it like this. It says it repairs the equipment you wear, but we'll get into that a little later. So let's move on to the sweet slime. So to make this, you just need slime ball and sugar to make the sweet slime. And you can do a couple of things with it. First off, you can make it into slime jam. To make this, you just need 3 sweet slimes like this with a glass jar. But to make the glass jar, you need 3 glass blocks like this to make 3 of these glass jars right here. And this will give you a new kind of potion effect called bounce for 10 seconds. And I will demonstrate with the slime cannon that I just showed you earlier. So let's head back up here. So now I'm going to get launched in the air and drink the slime jam. So what this does is that when you drink the slime jam, you will pretty much be bouncing up and down in the air as if you were bouncing off a slime ball. So with this kind of potion effect, you pretty much become a living slime block, or at least have a bounce effect in you. But it only lasts for 10 seconds, but you can drink it more than once. Only 2 times to be exact. So it pretty much will prevent you from taking fall damage at all, which can be pretty handy if you're on very top places and just need a way to get down faster without taking any damage. This is the way to do it. Okay, so now let's move on to the other thing you can use sweet slime for. Caramelized slime. So to make this, you need to smelt the sweet slime in either a furnace, campfire, or smoker to make caramelized slime. And you can make this into different things. For one is like caramelized slime block. So to make this, you just need 9 of the caramelized slime to make the blocks right here. For the stairs, you just need the caramelized slime blocks in the shape of the stairs to make 4 of these. Just like you would do with normal stairs. Same thing with the slab, 3 of these like this. Same thing with the wall, 6 of these to make the walls right here. Same thing with pressure plate, just need 2 of these blocks to make the pressure plate. And for the jug is something else. So the jug, you just need 5 of these caramelized slime like this to make a jug, and I will explain what that does right now. So what you can do with this, it pretty much is a way for you to put some nice flowers in it as decoration, pretty much. And here are some of the flowers that you can put here. So you can put a lilac, hopefully I'm pronouncing these correctly, a rose bush, and we got a peony right here. And you can also even put different types of coral. You can put tube coral, brain coral, bubble coral, fire coral, and horn coral, as long as they're submerged in water in these jugs right here. Which is pretty nice, I might say. Okay, let me do time set day, and we can move on to the next few items. Okay, and I'm gonna take this slime repair because it's gonna be helpful explaining these armor sets. So first, we're gonna go over the slimy armor and weapons. So we got slime dagger, slime hammer, viscerous shield, and slime shield. And we also got the armors to go with it. So first, let's go over how do you make the armor. So for the slimy helmet, you just need 3 slime balls and 2 caramelized slime at the bottom, like this. For the chest plate, you need 3 caramelized slime, like this, and 5 slime balls like this to make the chest plate. For the leggings, you need 5 caramelized slimes, like this, and with the 2 slime balls on the sides up here. And for the boots, you just need 2 of each, with the caramelized slime at the top and slime balls at the bottom, like so. And when wearing this, it pretty much gives you the bounce effect, which I just showed you earlier, and jump boost 2 effect for you to get on to higher places, so you can jump up to 2 blocks with this armor. And it also gives you a new kind of potion effect called sticky. So what this does is, that let's say that you jump and there's blocks over your head, so when you do that, you pretty much stick to those blocks, and you can pretty much move it around as much as you want, as long as there are blocks above your head. And you're probably wondering, how do I get down? You just need to shift, and you will pretty much let go from that block. And the maximum you can jump up to with blocks over your head is like 4 blocks, as you see here. Okay, let me grab some mobs right here, and we'll go over the weapons. So first, the slime dagger. To make this, you just need 2 slime balls and 1 caramelized slime to make the dagger. So when you hit mobs, it attracts them towards you, and it does 5 attack damage and 2.1 attack speed. So pretty much good for close range combat. So let's spawn in a couple of these husks right here, and I'll demonstrate. So with this, you pretty much drag them towards you while hitting them. But if there are mobs that can do a lot of damage, maybe it's not entirely the best for this sort of combat. So let me go into creative real quick. And also, you just noticed that my armor and weapons did not take any damage because I had the slime repair in my inventory. So it will pretty much always repair your slime armor and weapons as long as you have this, but it doesn't last forever. It has like 250 durability on it, but when that reaches 0, it will break and your armor and weapons will start to take damage again, or at least until you make another one. But with this, you can pretty much have your slime armor repaired infinitely, which is pretty nice, I must say. Okay, now let's move on to the slime hammer. So to make that, you just need 5 slime balls like this, and caramelized slime at the bottom, the shape of a hammer, to make this. And this has the opposite effect of the dagger. When hit, you can push enemies away, and it does 9 attack damage. So now when we go again, I can pretty much hit the husks away from me, as I hit them, and it does 9 attack damage, so it's pretty much slightly better than a netherite sword, pretty much. And that does 8 attack damage. This does both 9 attack damage and pushes mobs away, like you have a built-in knockback in it. Which is pretty handy in this type of combat. Okay, so let me quickly heal myself up real quick, and then we'll move on to the next armor. Actually, no, wait. We still have to go over the shields, my bad. Okay, now for the shields. First we got the Viscerous shield. Hopefully I'm pronouncing these correctly. So for that, you just need caramelized slime like this with the slime ball in the middle. As if you were making a regular shield, pretty much. And you can pretty much hold this in your offhand and block attacks like you normally would in combat. So when you hold the shield, yep, pretty much works like a normal shield. And again, as long as you have the slime repair in your inventory, it will repair that as well. Get out. Get out. You're not gonna be doing that much damage to me when I got this loadout. And they're gone. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the slime shield. Now to make this, you actually need to use a smithing table and combine the Viscerous shield you already have with the slime block to make the slime shield. Now this has an interesting effect, and this is why I have some pillagers in here. So if you hold right click at the right time as if when they're shooting the projectiles, you could actually repel that arrow right back at them, so it will do damage to them. So observe as I demonstrate. So when you hold right click at the right moment, you can actually deflect their arrows back at them. But when you just hold the shield, it pretty much will just make the arrows bounce away from you. It won't like bounce them at them. But if you do it at the right time, you can pretty much deflect it back at them. You pretty much have to right click, not hold down right click at the right moment for it to work. So pretty much you have to do a perfect shield block, if that makes sense. But if you do it right, you can make enemies do damage to themselves instead of you, just like that. Which could be pretty handy in combat, definitely. Almost as useful as the hammer. Okay, so now that you've seen that, let's move on to the next armor set. So let me put all this away real quick. And just put the armor back on the stand. And we'll move on to the next armor set, which is the Magma Creamy armors and weapons. So we've got a Magma Creamy dagger, Magma Creamy hammer, nether shield, and a Magma Creamy shield. And the armor to go with it. Okay, so for the recipe to make the armor set, let me do that real quick. For the helmet, it's mostly the same as like if you were making the slimy armor set. So in this case, you need 3 magma creams and 2 nether bricks at the bottom, like so. For the chest plate, 3 nether bricks like this with magma cream like this to make the chest plate. For the leggings, you need 5 nether bricks like this with the 2 magma creams on the side. And for the boots, you just need 2 of each. Nether bricks at the top and magma cream at the bottom for the boots. Now this pretty much has like the same effects as the slimy armor, except it has one new called Fire Aura. And this is pretty handy because let's summon a normal mob, like a cow, for example. So pretty much when I'm near any mob, they will pretty much take damage as I'm standing right next to them. And I can pretty much eliminate mobs without even landing a finger on them. And this will definitely help you in combat doing that extra damage when you use your weapons too. And speaking of weapons, we'll go over that now. So Magma Creamy Dagger, to make that you need 2 magma creams and 1 nether brick at the bottom. And this will pretty much do the same thing as the slimy dagger, but it attracts enemies and burns them at the same time. And it does slightly more attack damage than the slimy dagger too. So we're gonna actually, let's summon some pillagers this time, and we're gonna fight them with the slimy dagger. This does added burn damage as well as dragging them towards you so they can't really use their arrows. Like so. Which makes it pretty handy, and with that Magma aura effect, you pretty much deal extra damage by dragging them closer to you, too. Okay, now, let me quickly heal up myself again. Actually, let me have a bunch of these. And now we'll use the hammer this time. So to make the hammer, all you need is 5 magma creams like this, and nether brick in the middle, like this, in the shape of a hammer. And this will pretty much do the same thing as the slimy hammer, but pushes enemies away and burns them, and does 10 attack damage. So we're gonna grab a couple of these husks right here, and let them have it. Like, look at this. They're pretty much taking a bunch of burn damage while being pushed away, and when they get closer to me, they pretty much will take even more damage from my fire aura. So with this kind of loadout you got here, the mobs do not stand a chance against you. Okay, let me do time set day, and now we'll test out the shields. So the nether shield. You just need a nether brick in the middle, nether brick block in the middle, with nether bricks surrounding it, like so. And again, this pretty much does the same thing. You just need to hold it like if you were using a normal shield. But again, as long as you have the fiery aura and keep blocking their attacks, they really can't do much to you. And you can let your fiery aura, like the potion effect of your shield, do the work for you. And also, as long as you have a slime repair in your inventory. Unfortunately, mine broke, so let me get another one. But as long as you have a slimy repair in your inventory, all your slime stuff will be repaired instantly. Okay, now we're going to test out the last shield right here, which is the Magma Creamy Shield. So to make this, you actually don't need a smithing table for this one. You actually need to have a nether shield, and surround it with magma creams like this for the Magma Creamy Shield. And this will pretty much do the exact same thing as the slimy shield. If you time it right, you can block their attacks easily. The only thing I wished about this shield, I wish it kind of also does burn damage back at them when you deflect, because it kind of seems a little bit weird that it doesn't do anything else besides deflect it back at them. It kind of makes this almost exactly the same as the slimy shield, really. But again, you just gotta work on your timing, and you can deflect their attacks back at them. Like so. Or you can even fling them so far away. Wow, that pillager went far. And if you have your weapons, you can always finish them off easily. Like so. But again, the perfect shield block will just take some practice, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so now that you've seen that, we're gonna move on to the last armor set, and then we'll move on to what's back over there. So let me quickly take off all this armor, and we will move on. So we're moving on to the third and final armor, which is the Ender Gum armor. So this armor set currently you can't exactly craft, well, you can craft, but you just can't really get the items to make it in survival, unfortunately. But I'll still go over it anyway. So the items that we have here are bottled ender gum and ender gum itself. So this pretty much, it doesn't really have a crafting recipe, but with ender gum, you can pretty much get it from having bottled ender gum. It gets 3 of these. Which again, but it's currently not available in survival. And also, speaking of bottled ender gum, I forgot to tell you about the bottled slime and magma cream. So to make the bottled slime, you actually, hold on. Let me get the bottled slime and magma cream. So, oh wait, I already have them right here. My bad, I just missed it. So the bottled slime, you just need 3 regular slime balls like this with a glass jar up the top. Same thing with the magma cream you use. Bottled magma cream, you just need 3 of these in the jar right there. And I'll explain more about the bottled slime later on. But if you want to know how this ender armor is crafted, I will show you anyway. So to make this, if you had the materials, you just need 3 ender gums like this with popped chorus fruit at the bottom. Same thing with the chest plate, you just need 3 popped chorus fruit like this with ender gum like this for the chest plate. The leggings, you need 5 popped chorus fruit with ender gum on the side. And for the boots, you just need 2 of each, popped chorus fruit at the top and ender gum at the bottom. So I will put this on and show you what the effect is of this. So you get the same 3 potion effects as the last 2 armor sets, but you get a special effect called Gummy. And this is a great opportunity to demonstrate. Like, I have a chest full of valuables right here. And let's say, for example, that for some reason your inventory is completely full of items. Well, almost completely full. Let me take this axe right here. And let's say you're not able to carry enough items back with you to your base, so I'm gonna break this. And as you can see, all the valuables are on the ground, but when you walk over dropped items, if your inventory is full, the items will actually stick towards you, pretty much like gum. And you can pretty much walk anywhere with them, as long as you have this armor set on you. So this could be a very useful way, like, if you don't have any room when you go mining, you can pretty much equip this armor, and the valuables will pretty much stay stuck with you until you get home, and you can put them back in your chest, where it belongs. And I wonder if you can still, if they will still stick when you stick to a block. Nope, it doesn't look like they stick to you if you stick to a block right now, so try not to get too far away from these dropped items if you're using this armor set, okay? So we'll put this back where it belongs. So give me a second to put away these valuables and we'll move on to the final stuff, so be back in a sec.
2 hours later.
Okay guys, so now we're moving on to the final things in this mod. So you can actually make something called suspicious jam, kind of like if you were making like suspicious stew, but this is a little different. So here's how you would make a suspicious jam, no matter what it is. So in a brewing stand, you would take a bottled slime at the bottom, and you would put any flour you want in a brewing stand. And I'll go over like what each flour will give you, so that way, if you don't want to be surprised, you should pay attention to this part of the video. So for this verse jam right here, it's a fire resistance jam, but that will give you fire resistance for 4 seconds. And to make this, you just need to brew with this flour, the aluminium flour, hopefully I'm pronouncing this correctly, and you will get fire resistance jam like this. And now for the next suspicious jam, which is the blindness jam. Sorry, jam. So you just need to brew azure bluette flour, and you will get the suspicious jam of blindness. So hold on, let me do it times a day. Yeah, sorry if I'm mispronouncing these flours right here, but you get the idea that these flours are needed for certain jams. Okay, now we're moving on to the next suspicious jam, which is saturation for 1 second. So for this, you just need to brew either a dandelion or a blue orchid to get this kind of jam. And now for the next jam, which is Jump Boost for 6 seconds. So for this, you just need to brew a corn flour to get this kind of jam. And now for the next jam, which is Poison Suspicious Jam, which will give you poison for 12 seconds. So these types of jams you probably want to avoid. So for making this, you would require a Lily of the Valley to make this kind of bad jam. Now for the next jam, which is Regeneration for 8 seconds. So to make this, you just need to brew an Oxide Daisy to get this. Let me put all these flowers away, and we'll move on to the next jam, which is a Night Vision Gem for 5 seconds. So to make this, you just need to brew a Poppy to get the Night Vision Gem like this. And now for the Weakness Suspicious Jam right here, which will give you weakness for 9 seconds. So for brewing this, it would be like any of these 4 colored tulips right here to make the weak gem, right this. And now for the final jam, and this one people will obviously try to avoid making this one. So it's for making this type of suspicious jam, which will give you wither for 8 seconds. It will be a wither rose to make this kind of jam. And people are up, and we know that we're definitely not going to try making something with the wither rose, because especially trying to drink it. But yeah, that's pretty much all the suspicious jams that you can come across when you brew a specific flower. And yeah, that is pretty much the Slimy Stuff mod in Minecraft 1.16.5. And that, my friends, is going to wrap up for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like this, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. And turn on those notifications so you don't miss another video. Apart from that, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all next week in the next one. Goodbye!